Okay, in this video, I'm going to be matchmaking after UFC 311. There's some matchups that I think that they're going to do, and then there's some matchups that I really want to happen. And it's going to be just the main, co-main, and feature fighters in this video. And we're going to start off with the winner of the main event, Islam Makhachev. So, Islam is in a weird position because he's beat everybody, and Dana White doesn't want to give Arman a title shot. We could leave him on ice and wait for a really solid contender that would fight, or we could run this one back. That would be kind of interesting. I know he already beat him, but it's still kind of fun to me. Arman's the best shot, the most intriguing matchup right now, but Dana White's already said he's not getting it. They could either make Arman versus Oliveira 2, which we're not super far removed from that fight, so I don't know if I really want to see that. I'd rather just do this super quick, get out of the way. If we do it really fast, we can do it. And it would be kind of cool. This is a case scenario where it would just be interesting to get it out of the way really quick. It could be because Islam got out of there fast. It would be cool to just do this one again. Give Oliveira a chance to win again. That would be sweet if he did win. This is more of a gimmick one for me, to be honest. Because I don't really know what to do with Islam if they're not going to give him to Arman. It'll just be a winner of some matchup down the line that I'm not sure how the lightweight rankings are going to hold up and who's really going to win. I don't see him giving Dan Hooker a title shot after he beats Gaethje. I don't see them doing Oliveira versus Arman, to be honest. Oliveira was kind of hinting at doing a fight with Max Holloway, which I don't see him getting a title shot after that, really, or waiting that long. Maybe they would, to be honest. Islam doesn't fight super often, but I say just do this quickly, and then we can do something else cool. That is just my thoughts. Obviously, it's probably not going to happen, but I think this is still a pretty hype matchup. A rematch, of course, because Islam already killed him, but I would like to give Oliveira another shot at the belt. Out of bias, I will say, but yes. Next, Renato Moicano. So, Renato just lost. He pulled out of his fight with Beneil to take advantage of this opportunity to fight Islam. Got pretty much destroyed. No injuries, nothing bad happened to him. I say you just rebook this really quickly. Rebook Beneil Dariush versus Moicano quickly. Just redo it. Just get this fight going and then do it over again. I think that's the best thing you do. I don't think you put him against Patty. I think Patty versus Chandler is the matchup that would intrigue me the most as of right now for Patty. This fight was already going to happen. If Dana White loves saying, oh, it's already going to happen, so let's do it right now. Let's do it. We have to do it. Like he did with Jones and Stipe, then let's do it this. Renato versus Beneil. Let's just rebook it quickly. Like really quickly. And then we can see what Renato can do to jump back up and redeem himself a little bit because that was sad, really sad for me. But yeah, Patty versus Chandler is what I want for Patty. That would be a sick fight that I actually think Patty would probably lose, believe it or not. But yeah, we won't get into that right now. Next, Marab. So, Marab just beat the shit out of Umar, and there's not really a fight for him since he's already kind of beaten everybody. But there's a matchup that I want to see down the line that I do think they're going to do. And the winner of that, I think, should be fighting Marab. I don't see them bringing Pantoja up. I see that Pantoja fighting a couple more flyweights before they let him go up. I'm not going to lie. I don't see him fighting for the bantamweight division title anytime soon. I just don't see it happening. So we keep Marab on ice for a bit. He did have a pretty quick turnaround for this fight. Not super quick, nothing crazy, but he complained about it, how quick it was. So we can keep him on ice for a bit. And then we can let this matchup follow through. And then we can do this. Sean O'Malley versus Peter Yan, the rematch. Unfinished business, I would say. Controversial fight, the first one. I say we redo this for a title fight against Marab. The winner gets Marab. In this matchup, I don't know who I would pick right now, to be honest. I don't hate the Sean O'Malley decision. That is controversial. I don't hate it. Obviously, it was very, very close. Definitely Peter Yan. The majority of people think Peter Yan won, but I don't hate the O'Malley decision when I look back at the fight. He was doing good in the striking department, very good. But coming back into this fight, coming off his surgery, I think Peter Yan would make this look a little bit easier. After his fight against Figueiredo, Peter Yan is a monster. He could kind of... I really rate Sean O'Malley's striking. Like, I really think he's one of the best strikers in the UFC by a mile. But Peter Yan's an animal. So whenever this fight happens, which I do think it will, however it goes, I think Merab should get the winner. And I think this is super interesting. It builds a rematch into something that would be cool. Because at this point, rematches are all we got from Merab, to be honest. So these two are kind of the most savage, badass fighters to kind of set up for a title shot rematch, in my opinion. You don't just give Sean O'Malley a rematch like they're thinking of doing. That doesn't make any sense, and it's super biased. I would like it, because I like Sean O'Malley, but you don't do that. It's not fair. So yeah, that's what I want from Merab. Next. No hype up, I guess. Umar. So, hear me out. Umar versus Jose Aldo. This is what I always wanted from Umar after he beat Corey Sandhagen. This is the fight to kind of hype him up. Since I don't think I know he beat Corey, but number 2 ranking was weird for him to be there. It was weird to me. I know Jose Aldo's coming off a loss to Mario Batista. I don't think he lost that fight. I don't think anybody really does. I think that you make this fight to kind of warm Umar up to actual rankings fights. I think Umar needs 2 more for a title shot. I think this one and then 1 more afterward. Maybe a Figueiredo. Maybe a whoever loses between O'Malley and Peter. But I think in the meantime you do this to kind of either build a name for Umar, or if Jose Aldo can stuff the takedowns and finish him, which is a possibility. Jose Aldo is no slouch at all. It's getting harder and harder to say that he'll stop the takedowns, though. But either way, I think you give Umar a little bit down the rankings opponent, 2 more fights up, and then you give him a title shot again. I don't think you give him someone super high up the rankings and then give him a title shot right after. I think we keep him on ice for a bit. Not on ice, but on lower rankings for at least a fight. Have him fight Jose Aldo. Mario Batista sucks, and I hate him. I don't think he's deserved it. I would make this fight. It's hype. This is hype. This is just like a... I doubt they do this. I doubt they do this, but it would be very exciting for me to see this matchup announced. So yeah, final one. Never mind. Final fight. Yuri Prochazka. So, Yuri. I don't know who Yuri should really fight as of right now in terms of people that aren't booked. A lot of people are booked for fights. So I do think he's going to fight someone coming off of a loss, is what I'm going to say. I'd say that Yuri is going to fight the loser of the upcoming title fight between Magomed Ankalaev and Pereira. The loser. Since the winner, I believe, Pereira, or the loser or the winner. How about we'll say, I would think if Magomed wins, you make this matchup quick, like instantly. If they don't want to do the rematch, which I bet you Pereira goes up to heavyweight. Yuri, if Magomed Ankalaev wins this fight, you book Yuri instantly, I think. I think that's perfect. If Pereira wins, I think you book him against Magomed Ankalaev either way. So I take it back. I think you make it against Ankalaev no matter what. Because Pereira would be... You don't do the trilogy if Pereira wins. I don't think you do the trilogy either if Pereira loses, to be honest. I think you give Yuri the title shot against Magomed Ankalaev. So ignore Pereira on this. I think he will fight Magomed Ankalaev no matter what happens next. That is my prediction, and that is what I would like to see happen. I think that matchup is sick. And no matter if he wins or loses, I do think that's what they will do next. Because you can't really book it against Pereira again. I don't want him to fight down the rankings. He's kind of cemented himself as number 1. Kinda, I guess. But him and Magomed Ankalaev are kind of there. And I feel like this is the big premium fight to make in light heavyweight between these two. No matter what. Because, yeah, I don't see them doing the trilogy with Pereira anymore. Never mind. If Pereira loses, I bet you goes up to heavyweight. So instead of that, I say just do Magomed Ankalaev versus Yuri next. So, yeah. That's what I want to see. Next. Jamal Hill. So, Jamal Hill coming off of a KO loss. Very sad. Gonna need some time off, but someone who also needs some time off, even though it was a little bit ago, is this guy, Khalil Roundtree. I feel like this matchup is super hype no matter how you look at it. Big striking battle, two mainstays in the division that are very good, and it'll be a banging fight no matter what, no matter how you look at it. Khalil Roundtree has kind of proven that he's up there. He can be a top guy. His performance against Pereira was fucking awesome. You shoot him up the rankings, in my opinion. You shoot him high. I think you do this fight. Two losers. That's not what I meant. Two people that have watched Pereira. Not their last fight, I guess, for Jamal. But Jamal Hill's coming off a loss. You shoot him down the rankings a bit, and you shoot Khalil up. That's just how I look at it. And then you do this fight. And then if Jamal Hill wins, he can fight the winner of Blachowicz versus Carlos Ulberg. And then if Khalil wins, he can do the same for a belt. That is what I would do. Then the loser can fight down like a Krylov Mirzakhanov winner or something like that. That's what I would do with these people. And these are just what I think would be the most hype matchups. And that is about it. So let me know what you think. I'll see you soon.